Bing explained one thing to me very early on. He wanted to be left in the dressing room as long as possible. He said he knew what he was doing. No matter what they said to him, he told me to tell them, bring me out at the last minute. So if I was dressing Bing, and I quite often did, he would say, come in and get me dressed at the last minute. I'll be ready and be out there before they're ready. And that was it. He wanted to stay in the dressing room, usually watching a golf game or some other sports. And when he got on stage, he was incredible. From the moment he started rehearsal, he was letter perfect. I mean, the first day of rehearsal, he knew every song, he knew the script, and if there were changes made, he'd grab onto them immediately. And because of that, I think that's why the kids had such a hard time, his kids, because he expected them to come up to that same standard. And man, it was tough to come up to that. I did not do the Perry Como shows in New York. A lovely young lady by the name of Michi did those. I did all the Christmas specials is what I primarily did with Perry, and he was a great joker. He too didn't want to be bothered that much. Just wanted to get out there and do it. I did a show in San Antonio with Perry, and we were working in a church, and one of the sisters came up and said, Mr. Como, it's wonderful that you travel with your own priest. And he said, what are you talking about? He said, that little priest that stays there and takes care of you. And she was referring to me because I always dressed in black. And from that point on, Perry always referred to me as Father Turner. He just loved to tell you that he had buried more tailors than I would ever meet. He loved to give tailors a very rough time. He liked to be very picky about his clothes. And then he would come in every time that we would start a new show. He would tell me, my wife said I looked like a Sears and Roebuck model. I said, well, that's what I was going for, Perry. So we had a nice relationship.